Red Alert Global League playoffs phase, and we are live with a 3-minute delay on the first round of the Pass of the Hidden Master. And I can show you the... Wait, where is it? It should be somewhere. It could be here. You can see the full playoffs, the Masters ones, the Minions ones, and the Hidden Pass, which we are to observe right now between Bug from France winning the Recruits Alpha group and Ganon winning the Recruits Bravo group, which unfortunately was quite riddled with forfeits and disqualifications. So in the end, it ended up with 3 players left. But then Ganon already won quite a lot of those who forfeited, so he just lost a lot of points on those. And importantly for him, he also won the game against Polaris, who took second. And basically that's it. So Ganon is still undefeated, but it doesn't look as scary as it was when all the players were up. So let's get back to the game at hand, and I probably can say that the stream will be up online in 40 seconds. And we are underway with the actual game in here.
Battle control initialized.
So, what do we have here? Now we have the players either picking their home countries for factions or just accidentally running into them. Yeah, so Ganon picked Germany and Buck picked random but started France. The first map is Borrow Time, which was picked random. Randomly picked by me for this round, and the same was done for any other first round, first game, I should say, in every playoffs game. Like first legs of Masters playoffs, first legs of Minions playoffs, and so forth. Finals, bronze matches as well. So, I have several of my hotkeys broken a bit, but that doesn't really matter, I think. So far we have Ganon already taking taking advantage on the score count, destroying several rifles of Bug. And both players are safely running for double ref builds, but Ganon forgot to build a war factory, which might be slightly in favor of Bug. So this is one of opportunities for Bug uh, to get ahead of Ganon, who is, of course, the better player out of two in this matchup. Well, at least he already had one tournament won by him, the LS Overhaul tournament, I think it was, run by Orb. Uh, well, the overall tournament was quite surprising in terms of results and performances by players. Unfortunately, Lorry Driver hasn't showed up. What's this? Rifle? Never mind. So Lorry Driver hasn't showed up. Smithy lost. I think he lost to Who Cares? Uh, well, the final turned out to be Who Cares against the next Ganon, which was unexpected because you can't expect anything from Who Cares, but then sometimes he produces absolutely astonishing games. Just out of the head with his crazy builds, not crazy builds, trademark demo tracks, and so forth. So, but at the same time, well, you can compare probably can compare Who Cares to High, who is one of the famous lobby players in OpenRA in terms of unexpected coming out. But well, probably I'm talking too much about stuff that's not really about this game. So what I was saying is that ZX Ganon is up for a challenge. He's certainly wanting to be promoted to Masters and maybe even have a go at Masters win next season. So we might see about it, because obviously Masters tier is a whole another thing, and there are of course a lot of quite good players, even with the forfeits that we had. Still. So in this game, we just had Ganon late, being late on his MCV, only at 5:30 minute mark, whereas Bug is already taking his middle. But Ganon went a good attack on the top of the map, now destroying two ore trucks. And Bug is very late on his defense, so even his army is nowhere. He just sits in the middle, and now Bug will just gift a lot of lonely streamed in rifles into this blob. He'll probably lose a war factory now. Of course there is a pillbox, but pillbox shouldn't be targeted against rocket soldiers. Instead it just goes down. Yeah, now Bug tries to attack on this side, but Ganon is already prepared. Two pillboxes are enough. And it looks quite bad for Bug. Yeah, he calls GG. And we already have it 1-0 for Ganon, which I'm fast to update.
Battle control.
This season, Pass of the Hidden Master is actually best of 3 instead of best of 5, because best of 5 was mistakenly played last season. for the passive Hidden Master. Um, it was just too much games, probably. So now it's best of three, and that means that Ganon is one game away from winning this first round. But at the same time, it's Bug's map pick now. Let's see what Bug's coming up with. Yeah, I also had something about this. Probably need to uh, notify what? Probably need to notify developers about the stuff that's not
Battle
whatever.
control initialized.
So now we're playing Trapped. Ganon already picking Germany again. I think it's because he uh, just thinks that allies are better at this stage of open draw balance. So that's why he picks allies all the time, and he picks Germany probably because he's German. Out of all the allies he's allowed to pick. Because I have never seen him using advanced Chronosphere or Chrono Tanks. You can see Chrono Tanks being played by, for example, Five Faces or Smithy to a certain extent, or even Barf, but Cannon, uh, well, at the same time, Ganon hasn't even played the tier 3 at all, I think, because he always closed up his games before that. So let's see how this game turns out. It already is slightly better for Bug because he got his several rifles from ZX Ganon. And I don't see any engineers, I think, which is slightly strange from Bug because he hasn't lost engineers, obviously, because that would have been 500 on the destroyed. Instead, he just opted to not build any engineers. So maybe his attempt here, yeah, so he's building a third ref, and probably he plans to just aggressively push onto Ganon right away. I don't know whether it's an all-in, probably just a juice box build, which has a lot of infantry coupled with maybe an ore truck, but he doesn't move his ore truck either, so at least Cannon hasn't scouted yet, so that might produce some value. But then Oh, right. So it's even a base push. Wow, that would be juicy. But now Ganon sees infantry force coming in. He'll immediately play the pillbox, of course. Build another pillbox? No, just building up the infantry. But he's out of money. And let's see how that base push turns out, because that's kinda last hope for Buck to get anything from this game. Ganon still doesn't know about the base. He does know about some infantry incoming, but he doesn't even build any defenses. That was unfortunate for Buck because he hadn't any any vehicles soaking up the damage from pillbox, so lost several infantry already, and then he also had a flame tower that was used to destroy a refinery, which doesn't even matter much. Well, that's looking quite okay for Buck right now, if I should say so, but he should be careful with trying not to lose too much infantry into Ganon's force. Yeah, and that's exactly what Ganon does just now. He already has tanks. And Bug's MCV is very exposed here. And that is a rifles on the move, I think. And that was quite a bad move for Bug. Still, Bug's economy should be better because 3 Ortrox, but then he doesn't pay attention to the engineer, and yeah, he lost a lot of infantry. Well, that might have worked. It definitely might have worked against Ganon, but it should have been played perfectly, or at least decently, without move commands, without gifting defenses or rifles to defenses. And that was what Beck actually done wrong, I think, in this attack. So he lost a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's 4k more. Well, if you subtract the MCV, then it's probably less, but still too much lost on the move for Buck, and that's how Ganon won the first round. So that's 2-0 for Ganon, quite fast and easy. Well, he had slightly tougher second game, but still he's up to wait the first placed minion after minions playoffs to play in the second round of Pass of the Hidden Master, and we will look up into that later after those are finished. And for that, those need to be started. So this is pretty much everything for now. So stay tuned, and I'm likely to try and stream other playoffs that might come up. Hopefully it will be Blackened against Smithy tomorrow evening, as they advertised it, and maybe it is Maceman and Eskimo, it's next weekend, but maybe it's Soch and Chewy uh, today, like this Sunday, they said, but probably not because Chewy is on the other side of Earth. So he is having a good night right now. So thank you for watching. One announcement I would like also to make is map design contest of this year, which has started and already has one submission for a competitive map category. And of course, all the mappers are welcome to submit their creations to create more maps. Uh, on all the categories, rules, and the timeline stuff, you can read all of that on the forums. The official OpenDraw forums that were recently brought up. So see you there as well. And for now, thank you for watching and bye bye.